Earlier today, a news report significantly impacted the entire town. A 73-year-old woman, vibrant and active, with no significant health concerns, suddenly collapsed to the floor immediately after getting out of bed. There were no warnings, no preceding symptoms, and no indication that anything was amiss. What appeared to be the start of an ordinary day transformed into a significant realization, and this caution may be relevant to you as well. This situation is part of a broader pattern that is concerning. Daily, countless seniors engage in seemingly innocuous morning routines that, unbeknownst to them, may be undermining their physical strength, negatively impacting circulation, hastening the aging process, and elevating the risk of falls, accidents, and cardiovascular issues. The actions taken in the initial moments of the day can significantly influence an individual's vitality and independence, determining their resilience against the effects of time. Today, I will outline the 5 most significant errors seniors commonly encounter upon waking. And, crucially, I will provide straightforward and effective solutions to address these issues, enabling you to experience enhanced energy, balance, freedom, and mental clarity throughout all phases of your life. Please remain engaged until the conclusion, as the 5th mistake is the most perilous of all and is seldom discussed. It is quietly undermining the health of numerous individuals. Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable the notification bell to stay updated with content that has the potential to significantly enhance your life. Please share your thoughts in the comments. Today, I am committed to safeguarding my strength and health on a daily basis. This affirmation solidifies your dedication to a more robust and mindful existence. Envision the scenario. You awaken, open your eyes, and almost instinctively, you propel yourself out of bed. It operates automatically. This activity is a regular practice for countless individuals globally. Yet many have not taken the time to reflect on the potential risks associated with it. What may appear to be mere haste can in fact represent the initial stage leading to falls, fractures, hospitalizations, or potentially severe cardiovascular incidents. Particularly after reaching the age of 60, the circulatory system may not respond as swiftly, making abrupt movements a subtle risk that many individuals only become aware of when it is too late. During the night, the body stays in a state of rest for multiple hours. The circulation of blood occurs at a reduced pace, resulting in a natural decrease in blood pressure, while the muscles experience complete relaxation. Upon waking and rising without allowing your body adequate time to readjust, you may induce a sudden decrease in blood pressure, a condition referred to as orthostatic hypotension. This sudden decrease hinders the rapid flow of blood to the brain, leading to symptoms such as dizziness, blurred vision, leg weakness, and potential fainting. Numerous seniors, including those in good health, encounter falls in their bedrooms shortly after waking, primarily due to the lack of an adjustment period. The most concerning aspect is that this morning weakness does not present itself in a noticeable manner. At times, there may be a minor reduction in visual clarity, a subtle imbalance, or a fleeting instance of breathlessness. Due to its seemingly minor nature, many individuals tend to overlook it until the unavoidable occurs. Data indicates that falls in the morning represent a significant contributor to serious fractures and hospitalizations in the senior population. The most unfortunate aspect is that numerous incidents could have been prevented through straightforward measures taken in the initial moments of the day. The ancient teachings of Buddhist monks regard the act of waking up as a revered ritual. The manner in which you awaken influences the tone of your entire day and, ultimately, your life as a whole. The body should be awakened to consciousness gradually, in phases, honoring the natural rhythm of circulation and vital energy. Engaging your fingers, inhaling deeply, and performing gentle stretches while remaining in a supine position. These practices have been utilized by monks for centuries to maintain vitality, stability, and mental clarity, even in advanced age. Contemporary scientific research validates this assertion. This method significantly minimizes the likelihood of falls and cardiovascular issues. What actions should be taken in this situation? Upon opening your eyes, take your time and proceed with care. Take 2 or 3 deep breaths. Carefully articulate your fingers and toes. Perform rotations of your ankles and wrists. Next, gently transition onto your side and position yourself at the edge of the bed. Allow your feet to make contact with the floor and maintain this position for a duration of 20 to 30 seconds, while gently rotating your feet and subtly moving your shoulders. Once you feel steady, proceed to stand up slowly and with intention. This brief morning routine, requiring under 2 minutes, may be the key to preventing falls, injuries, and extended recovery periods. The distinction lies in commencing the day with assurance rather than relinquishing your destiny to uncertainty. Throughout the night, as you rest, your body remains in constant operation, with the heart beating, lungs breathing, and cells regenerating. This ongoing task can significantly deplete water resources if not monitored closely. Upon awakening, your body is typically in a state of mild dehydration. Many seniors overlook this important fact and begin their day without proper hydration, leading to a series of issues such as thicker blood, compromised circulation, unstable blood pressure, and ultimately, a heightened risk of heart attacks, strokes, and sudden falls. The primary concern is that as individuals age, the innate sensation of thirst diminishes, which may result in dehydration occurring without the individual being aware of it. A significant number of individuals begin their day with coffee, medications, or neglect to consume fluids, often unaware that they are inadvertently placing additional stress on their circulatory system from the very start of the day. As the blood thickens, the heart must exert greater effort to circulate it, placing additional strain on a system that naturally exhibits a slower response with advancing age. It is a gradual process that steadily depletes energy. I would like to share the story of Mrs. Mary, who is 76 years old. She consistently regarded herself as healthy. She maintained a regular walking routine, ensured her home was well organized, and engaged in an active lifestyle. However, as time progressed, she started to experience headaches upon waking, along with fatigue and mild dizziness in the mornings. She believed it was merely a part of the aging process, until one day she experienced a fainting episode in her kitchen shortly after rising. During the hospital visit, the diagnosis revealed unexpected findings: mild dehydration and hypertension. By establishing the practice of placing a glass of water by her bedside and consuming it upon waking, she observed a significant reduction in her symptoms within a few weeks. Within the community of Buddhist monks, there exists a time-honored teaching. Prior to any action taken by the body, it is essential to acknowledge and provide for what nourishes it. For them, water serves as the primary nourishment of the day, a vital liquid that cleanses the body and readies it for intentional movement. Consuming water immediately after waking is not merely a biological necessity. It is a demonstration of reverence for the body, which is often regarded as a temple. This traditional knowledge resonates with contemporary scientific understanding. Hydrating promptly upon waking enhances circulation, stabilizes blood pressure, and improves mental clarity. What actions should be taken in this situation? Prior to considering coffee, news, or social media, it is advisable to hydrate with water. Maintain a glass in close proximity for convenience. If you find it challenging, begin with small increments. For enhanced digestive support, consider incorporating a few drops of lemon. It is important to recognize that thirst serves as a delayed signal from your body, indicating a need for hydration. Proactive measures should be taken before this signal manifests. This straightforward daily action may serve as a discreet safeguard that enhances your well-being for years to come. For numerous individuals, the day genuinely commences following the initial sip of coffee. The fragrance, the comforting heat in your hands, the experience of awakening. It resembles a revered practice. However, there is a subtle aspect that many tend to overlook. Consuming coffee on an empty stomach, particularly after the age of 60, can be detrimental to one's health. The most concerning aspect is that the damage is not immediately evident. It develops gradually, akin to an unseen fracture that ultimately leads to the complete failure of the entire framework. Upon waking, your body has undergone an extended period of fasting. Blood sugar levels are diminished, energy reserves are exhausted, and your stomach is highly sensitive. Introducing pure coffee into this environment significantly elevates gastric acid production. In the absence of food to safeguard the stomach walls, this acid begins to erode the inner lining, leading to conditions such as gastritis, acid reflux, abdominal discomfort, and potentially ulcers. Individuals with a history of digestive issues, which are prevalent among seniors, may find that this minor daily action can lead to significant complications. I would like to share the story of Mr. John, who is 75 years of age. For more than 4 decades, he maintained the same practice. Upon rising, preparing a robust coffee and consuming it prior to any other activities. He was convinced it was the key to his morning vitality. Over time, he started experiencing stomach discomfort, a burning sensation in the chest, intestinal irritation, and ultimately, significant acid reflux. It was only after a nutritionist elucidated the effects of this habit that Mr. Tender, John, made a change. He began his routine by consuming a small solid food portion prior to drinking coffee, which included a banana, a handful of nuts, or a slice of whole grain bread. Within a few weeks, the discomfort he had endured for years vanished completely. According to the teachings of Buddhist monks, there exists a fundamental principle. Prior to engaging the body, ensure it is fortified. Consequently, even during rigorous spiritual practices, monks consume small, light meals prior to any significant stimulation of the nervous system. They recognize that internal balance is delicate, and that essential energy should be honored, not coerced. This time-honored practice safeguards the stomach, supports heart health, and promotes emotional well-being, establishing a robust foundation for tackling daily challenges. What actions should be taken in this situation? Prior to enjoying your morning coffee, it is advisable to have a light and nutritious snack. A banana, a handful of nuts, a slice of whole grain bread, or plain yogurt are all suitable options. A modest breakfast is sufficient, serving as a foundation to safeguard your stomach and regulate caffeine absorption. This straightforward adjustment can effectively address unspoken discomforts while enhancing your mood, energy levels, and overall sleep quality in the long run. It is essential to recognize that preparing your body before placing demands on it reflects a timeless understanding of health and well-being. A significant number of individuals experience mild stiffness in their legs, shoulders, or back upon waking, often choosing to disregard it. They rise, perform a brief stretch, take a few steps, and proceed with their day as though nothing is amiss. This morning stiffness, prevalent among individuals over 60, is not merely a transient discomfort. It serves as a subtle indication that the body requires additional attention, particularly during the initial moments of the day. Disregarding this warning may elevate the risk of strains, muscle injuries, and falls, which can have significant and enduring repercussions for seniors. Throughout the sleep cycle, the body maintains a state of relative stillness for extended periods. Muscles remain in a relaxed state, circulation decreases, and synovial fluid, which serves as a lubricant for the joints, accumulates, resulting in a sensation of stiffness upon awakening. Attempting to proceed too swiftly without allowing adequate time for this natural lubrication to stabilize can result in the undue strain on muscles and joints that have not yet fully engaged. This creates an ideal environment for minor injuries, strains, and imbalances that may result in hazardous falls. This process occurs quietly, frequently without immediate discomfort, yet the harm builds up and may manifest at a later time. I would like to introduce you to Mrs. Margaret, who is 79 years of age. Consistently engaged, she appreciated rising early and managing household responsibilities. Nevertheless, she experienced a sensation of heaviness in her legs upon waking. Yet she remained determined to walk briskly to the bathroom. One day, her knees became immobile, causing her to lose her balance and fall sideways, impacting her hip against the edge of the bed. Fortunately, there was no fracture. However, Mrs. Margaret spent weeks apprehensive about getting up alone, relying on assistance for minor tasks, or due to not honoring the time her body required to fully awaken. The philosophy of Buddhist monks encompasses a fundamental principle known as conscious awakening. It is taught that upon waking, both the body and mind remain in a transitional phase between the realm of rest and the realm of activity. Acting with urgency is often perceived as a disregard for the body's inherent qualities. Consequently, they allocate a few minutes to engage in gentle movements, light stretches, and deep breathing prior to any vigorous activity. This practice maintains both physical well-being and supports mental clarity and emotional balance throughout the day. What actions should be taken in this situation? Upon waking, take a few moments to let your body adjust. While remaining in a lying position, begin to move your fingers and toes, gently rotate your ankles, and gradually extend your arms above your head. Position yourself on the edge of the bed. Engage in a careful back stretch, and gently rotate your neck from side to side. These minor actions enhance circulation, prepare your joints, and fortify the neuromuscular system for the day ahead. Investing merely 2 or 3 minutes in this practice has the potential to enhance your autonomy, balance, and overall quality of life for years to come. Your body is seeking greater respect and, in exchange, providing enduring vitality. We have now reached the most critical error of all, the element that may appear minor and understated, yet quietly undermines your strength, stability, breathing, and confidence. Numerous individuals may not recognize that they are engaging in this behavior, as it integrates so seamlessly into their routines. However, over time, it emerges as a significant contributor to falls, diminished mobility, and physical frailty. It is possible that, without your awareness, you engage in this behavior each morning. The error is straightforward: neglecting to consider posture upon waking. Numerous seniors rise with their bodies in a hunched position, shoulders leaning forward, heads lowered, and torsos collapsed. This posture not only conveys an impression of vulnerability, but also restricts breathing, compresses internal organs, and disrupts the body's center of gravity. To put it differently, you begin the day with suboptimal breathing, reduced balance, and improper movement of your joints and muscles. The likelihood of experiencing dizziness, tripping, and accidents significantly rises during the initial hours of the day. This inadequate morning posture leads to significant and often unnoticed repercussions. The constriction of the rib cage leads to decreased blood oxygenation, resulting in lower oxygen levels, which in turn causes reduced energy, increased fatigue, and heightened mental confusion. Furthermore, a hunched torso can impact bowel function, leading to slower digestion and contributing to issues such as bloating, gas, and constipation. The progression continues beyond that point. Research indicates that posture has a direct impact on mood and memory. A more hunched posture is associated with an increased likelihood of experiencing sadness, discouragement, and insecurity. The journey begins quietly with the initial steps you take upon rising from your bed. I would like to introduce you to Mrs. Helen, who is 81 years of age. She had consistently engaged in physical activities, appreciated walking, valued reading, and treasured conversations with her family. However, as time passed, she unconsciously started to rise with a hunched posture, directing her gaze towards the ground. Initially, there was a slight sensation of dizziness. Subsequently, a brief incident occurred at the residence. Ultimately, an incident occurred that resulted in her being unable to walk properly for several months. The gradual loss of her body's center of balance and its capacity to respond swiftly to minor missteps became evident each morning as she bent over upon waking. What appeared to be merely a method of walking was, in fact, a subtle indication that a far more significant issue was at stake. In Buddhist philosophy, posture is regarded as the physical manifestation of vital energy. Upon waking, maintaining a straight spine, aligned shoulders, and a forward gaze is viewed as a sign of respect for both life and one's personal journey. This awareness of the body transcends vanity. It is fundamentally about health. It maintains the integrity of muscles, bones, respiration, and cognitive function. Exhibiting grace and composure upon waking is a key element to maintaining strength, clarity, and independence as one ages. What actions should be taken next? Prior to standing, while seated on the edge of the bed, elongate your spine as if you are attempting to increase your height slightly. Inhale deeply, align your shoulders, and maintain your chin in a horizontal position. When positioning your feet on the ground, maintain an upright torso and direct your gaze at eye level, avoiding looking down at the floor. Each action you undertake in the initial moments of the morning should be deliberate, with an awareness of your entire body functioning in unison. This straightforward adjustment in posture safeguards your physical well-being while enhancing mental clarity, boosting confidence, and fostering a deeper connection to life. Always recognize the significance of your initial actions at the start of the day. Your morning routine significantly influences the aging process you will experience. This response is a typical and entirely human reaction. Long-standing habits can lead our brain to develop a misleading sense of security. It holds the view that the absence of negative occurrences thus far indicates that none will transpire in the future. However, the human body does not function in that manner. The body functions as a bridge that slowly develops unseen fractures until, one day, unexpectedly, it collapses. The significant challenge of time is its silent nature. Numerous detrimental habits do not produce immediate consequences. They gradually diminish the efficiency of your circulatory system, your balance, your muscle strength, and your reaction capabilities. From an external perspective, all appears to be in order. However, within, minor imbalances, subtle injuries, and slight reductions in adaptability can accumulate, eroding the foundation that supports your independence. When the first significant scare occurs, such as a heart attack or fainting spell, it may seem to happen suddenly. However, it is often the culmination of years of neglecting subtle signs. In numerous Eastern traditions, particularly among Buddhist monks, there exists a profound saying: "Your actions today, though they may go unnoticed, have the power to either construct or undermine your future." Minor acts of consideration and gestures of respect for your body function as subtle seeds sown each day. Similar to how a tree requires years to either flourish or decay, your body quietly gathers the effects of your everyday decisions. That is why, when we discuss morning habits, we are addressing a matter of significance. We are discussing the potential for your future autonomy. If until today you have approached your mornings without a structured routine, overlooked the importance of hydration, consumed coffee without a meal, or rushed through your movements, this does not reflect negatively on you. Conversely, the human body demonstrates remarkable regenerative capabilities when appropriate actions are taken. Minor adjustments made today can disrupt unnoticed processes that, if allowed to continue, may lead to significant constraints in the future. It resembles altering the course of a vessel. Initially, the alteration in course appears minimal, nearly undetectable, yet as time progresses, it guides you toward an entirely distinct outcome. Before assuming that it won't happen to you, consider the type of future you wish to create moving forward. Regardless of age, whether 60, 70, or 80, the reality is that as long as life persists, there remains an opportunity to approach things in a new way. Every small act of care you embrace today serves as a meaningful investment in your future freedom, resilience, and the joy of living for many years ahead. Reaching this point demonstrates that you possess a unique quality. While many persist in their routines without reflection or inquiry, you have opted for the more challenging path of seeking awareness, which marks the genuine commencement of any transformation. Recognizing how your daily actions influence your future positions, you favorably on the journey toward longevity, vitality, and freedom. The choices we make each day are not dictated by time. You are now informed. The seemingly minor actions of rising gradually, hydrating upon awakening, consuming food prior to coffee, maintaining proper posture, and initiating movement are, in fact, significantly impactful. The often overlooked details serve as the essential foundation that upholds your strength, balance, and independence. It is often not until these elements are absent that their significance is fully recognized. However, there is no need to postpone that moment. You currently possess the ability to alter the trajectory of your narrative. Every morning presents a fresh opportunity to cultivate vitality, balance, and safeguard your future. It is not necessary for it to be flawless. It does not need to be extreme. It is essential to start with a foundation of respect. Respect for the body that supports you, the life that flows within you, and the narrative that continues to seek expression with joy and freedom. By valuing these small moments, your body will increasingly respond with enhanced energy, lightness, and a sense of presence. Aging does not necessarily equate to deterioration. It may signify wisdom, quiet resilience, and a sense of inner tranquility. If any aspect of our discussion today resonated with you, please understand that it was intentional. Signs are consistently presented to us by the universe. It is essential to remain observant in order to recognize them. This video may serve as a reminder that your narrative is ongoing, and you possess the authority to shape it with intention, compassion, and resilience. Your body serves as your primary residence, and each act of care is a means of expressing gratitude for all it has provided you thus far. I encourage you to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell to receive content designed to enhance your life experience. Please share your thoughts in the comments. I prioritize my health daily, beginning with the small actions. This statement transcends mere observation. It represents a dedication to the future you are entitled to experience.